A very warm welcome to Joburg Today. I'm your host, Riley Sakani-Posakwe, bringing you the 411 on what's happening in and around your local streets of the City of Gold. Transport and transport infrastructure is the lifeblood of the economy. Getting it wrong will grind the economy to a halt in sub-Saharan Africa's economic hub, Johannesburg, over the next 20 years. This is according to transport economist Professor Jackie Walters.
We're expecting the number of people living in this province to grow from about 12.3 million in number to about 18.7 million, which is a huge increase. And on top of that, if we do nothing over the next 20 years, really, to our road systems and the rail systems and the way we move people around, we're going to have huge congestion. So we have to plan for that. And the province has been very active and proactive as far as that's concerned. We have the ITMP 25, which is a vision for the province up until 2037, which looks at where people should stay, where we will house people in the future, and what transportation systems we need to support them. If you only look at the number of people we expect to live in the province in the next 20 years, they all have to get to and from work. So we expect the work trips to grow from about 3.6 million to about 7 million work trips. Only that is a major concern because our public transport system is not adequate to service even the existing 3.6 million passenger trips. So we have to invest in rail and bus and taxi service, get them up and running properly. We are investing. We have the BRTs on the main corridors, we have hard train, and there is the 120 billion rand PRASA investment program to improve commuter rail. But what's important also is like the glue of the systems, really, to ensure that the commuter bus systems are also functioning adequately and also integrate the modes of transport so we can improve the efficiency of the flow of people in the province. A lot of the cargo that comes into this province comes from the port of Durban by road, and we need to transport more of that by rail. At the moment, rail is not delivering what the cargo owners want, but there are proposals on the table to have a standard gauge railway line built between Durban and Johannesburg. 90% of the international air cargo for South Africa comes via Oliver Tambo as belly cargo in passenger airlines. So we must make sure that the airport functions very well, and there are initiatives around Aerotropolis in that area to strengthen that airport and its economics around the airport itself. But we also have to look at our road system. We'll have to build new roads, but at the same time improve public transport and try and get more people into public transport. Well, in terms of the Land Transport Act, the National Land Transport Act, we need land transport plans which would serve as the catalyst for the development of the public transport system and the freight system and so on. We are behind as far as that's concerned. But what's very encouraging is that the ITMP 25 study recommended that we establish a transport authority for this province across all the metros, and that will then coordinate all these planning activities, ensure that there's modal integration across the public transport modes, but also a seamless public transport system across the different metropolitan authorities. This first step's been taken. It's now called the Transport Commission, and we hope to have that transformed into a transport authority, similar to what you have in big cities like London, Paris, and elsewhere, that looks at the entire area, the functional flow of people and freight. I think the most burning issue at this point in time is really the public transport issue, and we've seen it around with the freeway system around Johannesburg, people boycotting the freeway, the payment system, the e-tolling, because of a lack of public transport. And we need to solve that fundamentally. So I'd like the authorities to move fast as far as that's concerned. This transport authority will really assist us in achieving that. In my view, nobody would lose their jobs. It's a new area of employment. I think from a commuter point of view and people staying in this province, we have to become more public transport wise, and I think this Eco-Mobility Festival in Sandton is a good step forward so we can see what the problems are, and then through that also force the politicians to take the right decisions as far as public transport is concerned. But if we do nothing, the speed of the system will go down from about 35 kilometers per hour on average in the city to around 14 kilometers per hour.
Join the conversation on our Facebook page, that's joburgtoday.tv. Follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. And if you're one of those people who are constantly on the move, then you can catch us on pockettv.mobi. That's Pocket with an I. With Professor Walter's insight, we headed over to the Gauteng Transport Authority's International Conference, where we heard about the province's 25-year plan for transport and spatial development.
Gauteng Premier, together with Gauteng Transport, hosted a 3-day international conference last week. As part of the discussion, they looked at how the Gauteng city regions will implement integrated transport systems across Gauteng.
Well, this is an international conference that the Gauteng Department of Roads and Transport is hosting. We're doing this with the International Association of Public Transport called UITP and the African Association of Public Transport called UATP. And the idea is to see whether we can create institutional structures that cut across cities. And the basic idea is to see how we can better integrate our transport system, how we can get efficiency, how we can get better planning and better coordination.
Public transport can only function if it's an integrated system, because in Gauteng, the average commuter changes modes 3.7 times a day. And if that changeover is painful, then they aren't going to use it. I mean, that's really the thing, is that, and that's why we keep on talking about a seamless public transport system. So you must have one card in your pocket, and that ticket would be able to be used on the Gautrain, on Metro Rail, on the buses.
In other provinces, you have one major city, say for example Cape Town, and then we have the provincial administration. But here we have 3 major cities, very powerful, very metropolitan in character. And to bring them on board, you're going to require some kind of legal changes. So that's going to be an important part. And once that is done, is to begin to actually talk about the form and structure of a transport authority, what would be its powers and functions and its duties and responsibilities.
The conference ended on a high note, with some delegates feeling that there is a need for cities to work together and, most importantly, involve commuters.
This is a consultative process, and I think we need to wait for all the inputs from the different stakeholders to say, this is what we want. It must be a collective thing, and that's very important. And the cities need to come in very, very strongly to say, together, this is the kind of built environment we want to build. It cannot be a decision that is made beforehand. So it's really about the collective, but very important also is the voice of the customer. We need to see that coming more strongly, to say that, no, this is what I want as a citizen in the province, in the city. This is what I want. It's not about what government wants to do, but what the citizens want, and then that needs to be translated into an action plan.
I'm Pomashego for Joburg Today.
Hi, this is Malinkosi and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that's it for today's show, but be sure to check out our playlist to see what's happening in and around your beautiful city. That's it from me, Riley. I leave you with Lost and Found by Laurie Leven. Enjoy.
Back in ETV.
There's a light gone out your eyes. Wander restless through weary nights. Mist and cold, sand and smoke, drying up dying dregs of hope. There's a light gone out your eyes. There's a song you used to sing, and a voice raised dust in the face of anything. Now there's chalk in your throat, a faint scratch, a thin rope. There's a song you used to sing. So follow me down. There's a place for old dreams, a place of lost and found. Follow me down. Take your pick from the pie, lost and found. There's a wind gone out, you say. Rust is spreading while you grow cowardly and pale. Fear and doubt stop you cold with each second you grow old. There's a wind gone out, you say. So follow me down. There's a place for all dreams, a place of lost and found. Follow me down, take your pick from the pile. Lost and found. Ooh. There are words you've forgotten how to say. Throw your head back and laugh, throw your arms in the air. There's a game you used to play. So follow me down. There's a place for old dreams, a place of lost and found. Follow me down, take your pick from the pile. Lost and found. Ooh. Down. There's a place for old dreams, a place of lost and found. Follow me down, take your pick from the pile. Lost and found.